we must take a look at the way our mind works. I could be the most skilled person. I could know everything about a business of real estate, the thought process involved in the businesses. I could know everything to do with information technology or any technology for that matter, automobiles. I could have all the skills that I want, but it's very important to look at the mind, because we need a system of segmenting, fragmenting and conditioning. Segmenting, fragmenting and conditioning is the way we have lived. Skills and detailed study is all about segmenting, conditioning and fragmenting. We start thinking in boxes. At the same time, we need a holistic approach as well. We need to synthesize. We need to connect, reconnect everything together. Otherwise, our mind is in compartments, very separate, in very small pieces. We need to gather them. We need to consolidate the energies of the mind, and we need to exit the consolidated mind as well to have a deep rest where we can get charged again. So the holistic thought, the holistic method, or a method to consolidate the mind is essential, because too much of detailed study, too much of skill set, too much of fragmenting of the mind into the minutest detail, of course, to add skills, and we need that as well. That's called competencies. But we are very competent in many things. But in human values, we need a consolidated approach as well. Beyond the work, beyond the duty, we need to understand the beauty of our existence. And for that, we need to have a technique to clean the mind. That is why we do breathing techniques and meditative techniques, or some kind of awareness program to be able to relate to the mind, so that we can do some kind of cleaning from a lot of excess impressions. Most of it is unnecessary impressions. So retaining the details, retaining the ability to enskill ourselves and increase our competency. At the same time, we need a personal approach where we need to consolidate the mind. And of course, that enhances our ability to perhaps learn many skills, maybe music, maybe technology, automobiles, or finer details of certain skills like Formula 1 racing or athletics, maybe a soccer match. But everything needs skills and detailed study. But beyond that, we need to come together. The mind has to come together. It needs to clean itself. And once the mind is cleansed, then we need to categorize in such a way we have clarity, a lot of clarity. A lot of clarity helps us to get the right vision, a global vision, a universal understanding. So I'm regrouping it as clean, clear and deconditioned, because we are repeatedly conditioning ourselves. So what happens when we condition ourselves? We enter into a dimension of impossibilities, where everything is really possible. Whatever you want to do is possible. Well, suppose you're a traveler. If you're a traveler and you have traveled 3 days and 2 nights, and you have procured your requirement through the journey, in the end of 3 days, you may wonder yourself, how did I become able to procure all my requirement in a 3-day journey? I must have left my home with nothing in my hand, but over a period of time, 3 days, I have procured everything that I wanted. Perhaps everything has come in its place, the ticketing, the logistics, the equipment, my little needs like a toothbrush and toothpaste, paste, soap, a place to have a shower, maybe a river. So everything has come in place. So after 3 days, when you look back, you may wonder, how did all this come into place? This was not planned. Even devoid of a plan, everything you had the skill. You had the skill to bring together things through the travel, through the journey. So, why do we feel that seamlessness? Why do we feel it's one journey over 3 days and not into small fragments of ability to procure little details? It's because things are possible. But if you thought that, well, these are small things. I'm talking about small things because this is giving a clearer understanding that even big things are possible, but because of severe conditioning of little fragments, everything looks impossible. So when the conditions change, everything is possible. So it is the conditioning that makes us assume that things are impossible to do. So things are possible. So if you get a vision, a larger vision, that is from a mind that is not so severely conditioned, or a mind that can exit the conditioning, and when you recondition or change the conditions, everything becomes possible. So I'm coming back to the three things of the mind, that is the clear, clean and not conditioned mind. Now this needs to be done. It needs to be cultured. The mind has to be cultured this way. So the first C is clear, second is to clean, and third is to culture the mind, cultivate a mind that is well cultured to synthesize, its ability to synthesize. So we know culture that is founded on human values. Now these human values are the next chapter. It is very important to participate in human value, to relate to human value, and that increases our aptitude. So not many people have the interest in understanding human value. So to begin with, we need to have the aptitude. Aptitude comes with interest. As and more the aptitude increases, interest also comes into the study of human values, implementation of human values, experimenting human values, and finally research on human values. It's sustainable. So again, I'm bringing your attention to the clean mind, clear mind and cultured mind. I call it the C, the C, the C. And then aptitude, interest and research into a living based on human values. Aptitude, interest and research is AIR, the air. It's for you remember. It makes it easy to remember. The 3C and AIR. Aptitude, interest and research into the topic called the human values.